Hello, hello. Oh my gosh, glad to see you. Welcome back. Day 2, the ultimate glittery goal getting challenge. Hiya. I'm Suzanne, creator and founder of the Sparkle Factor. Here at Sparkle Factor HQ, we are all about helping you up level, live your greatest dreams in reality, meaning that we're creating a strategy that works for you. And that's what these 5 days is all about. Wow. Welcome, welcome. If you are here live, let me know. Drop in some love. If you're watching on replay, hiya. Glad you're catching this however you are in the Creative Strategies for Leaders Facebook group, or hey, hiya on YouTube. I'm glad that you're here. All right. So, wasn't yesterday awesome? We talked about deciding what you want and calculating the cost. Deciding what you want, calculating the cost, and then can I pay that cost, right? So, hi, Stacy. I'm going to be sharing some goodness from you in just a minute, actually. So that was perfect timing. So, who got some clarity about what you really, really want? And if you'd be comfortable sharing in the chat, feel free. But otherwise, just let me know. Yeah, I'm getting some clarity. Yeah, this is working, right? So drop in a comment along the way. You know, this work that we're doing, it's so crucial. I remember working with one of my group clients, Christy, who was leaving one profession for another. And after a few months, she noted this about our work together. She said, Suzanne, you've helped me transition careers, set up a new schedule with healthy habits, cultivate intentional time with my family, gave me a radical new outlook on self-care. And then in the email that she sent to me, she said, therapy is a regular part of my self-care routine, but as a therapist myself, she said, I cannot express how much it meant to me that your coaching was in sync with the work that I was doing with my therapist. I mean, come on. Like that's what this work is all about, is making sure that you've got advocates around you. You've got people cheering you on. You got someone like me kicking you butt and reminding you this is what you said you wanted to do, right? Thank you, Christy, for the kind words. And I know you are in that same space too. So first and foremost, before we jump in, I just want to say, way to go, you. You're choosing you. You have your extraordinary dream and you want a path to get there. And that's what this is about. Now, I know that this will actually work. And how I know that is because I do this. This is my own system. I walk through it. I center myself. I take action. That's what this is about. It's a small part, of course, of the work that I do with clients, but this challenge is chock full of customizable solutions. Today, you're going to see that. And it's all about getting you in fast action mode for successfully working on your goals. Like I said yesterday, this is exactly the same formula that I follow myself. And yeah, 5 days, right? That's not a lot, but it is quick action challenge. So of course, there's a lot more that we can cover. But for this challenge, we're going to stay super focused, super targeted on this quick action work. So Stacy's on here live. And so I wanted to, with her permission, she sent me a message last night. She had this great realization. And so on Instagram, she sends me a DM last night. So Stacy, thank you for allowing me permission to share this. Here's what she said. I just finished journaling before bed and did some reflecting on the goals that I wrote while watching the training today. I'm looking at my phone if you're wondering what I'm reading right now. She said, I am desperately trying to find a way to be my own boss so I can have time freedom. When I wrote the cost down earlier, I focused on finances, leaving my career, figuring out my niche, all the nuts and bolts. But tonight I realized the biggest cost for me is just believing that having my own business is truly possible and that I am worthy of this goal. Come on, get out. I just got goosebumps again. I got really teary last night, Stacy. So I finished tonight with some new affirmations. I mean, that's what this is. So great, Stacy. We together are celebrating your awesomeness. This is why we're doing that. What you want, what you really, really want. Thank you, Spice Girls, right? That work is so crucial for goal getting. Now, notice I just intentionally used the word goal getting, not goal setting. There's a reason for that. It's not enough to set a goal. We have to go after the goal. That's what we're diving into today. So I hope you're ready. Grab a pen, grab some paper. If you've got your downloadable action guide, you can follow along. If any question popped up for you overnight, drop it in the chat. I am monitoring it over here on my phone, so I will get to it today. So just pop that in. And if you're not on live, I do go back and look at them. For those of you that watch the replay, you know I was commenting along the way. Also, you can send me a DM like Stacy. Way to go. All right. Maybe you want to share your awareness. That's great too. We're here for all of it. All right, so today we're going to be thinking through the benefits of systems over goals, over a target. Stay with me. All right. Again, this is in your download. If you don't have that, actually, let me put this up on the screen really quick. You can grab that right here. Go there, and then the download will show up, and it's in the daily recap email. So when you sign up, you get a daily recap email. So it's kind of helpful if you can't be here live. So make that happen. Okay. And that'll get you this action guide that I'm talking about. Okay. So, typically when people think of goal getting, they think of, all right, I'm going to set a goal and I'm going to achieve it by a specific time. And then I'm going to work until I reach that target. How many of you have found yourself creating goals with that in mind? Come on, truth telling time. Let me know in the chat. How many of you are like, oh yeah, I learned that. I set a goal and I give it a specific time and then I work towards it. I've given myself a time. Let me know in the chat. Here's the thing. I don't think that works very well. Now, maybe it's worked for you in the past. I don't want to poo-poo all over that. I know you've been taught that. And I also know we need to focus on a time-defined habit. Notice what I said, habit. That's that whole SMART outline of goal setting that we've been taught, that they teach in companies. Like, if you're there, like, bring me in already, because here's the thing, that might come along, that might be part of the strategy, but that is never the first outline of how we goal get, ever. And if that's where we start, then it's really hard. It's really hard because we haven't customized it to ourselves. Here's why. When you only have an end point in mind, the only time you feel like you are accomplishing something is when you actually reach your goal. Boom. Right? Until then, there's this tension that builds up in your brain, especially. It's like, we haven't done it yet. We haven't done it yet. We haven't done it yet. And if you're like me, you feel that in your body, right? Like, you might get a little anxious heart rhythm going on. Like, you're stressed and you feel guilty because you took a break for something. And you're like, man, I should be working on this, right? Because we've made that be the everything. Until then, there's that tension. There's that sense maybe that we're not going anywhere because we didn't get to the thing that we said we were going to get in the time that we said we were going to get it. Following me? What this does is it leads quickly to discouragement. And when you're in that place, you are literally about to join the burnout bus crowd. You've heard me. If you follow me at all, you know I talk a lot about burnout. And so, especially this is true if it's going to take a while to reach your goal. So look at your goal that you set yesterday. Is it kind of a short-term goal or is it a long-term goal? Because this system I'm about to teach you today is super important. So let me know in the chat if you're with me, if you're following me. Okay, give me some love. And I want you to stay with me for a minute. Because rather than picking a specific target, rather than picking a specific goal even, stay with me, it's way, way, way more effective to create a system for yourself. That means it's customized to you, to your situation, to how you learn, to your energy in the day, to the way you want your life to look. And here's how it works. You did some of this yesterday. You have a goal in mind, so you defined it. Then you calculated the cost. That's what we did yesterday. So today we add one more thing, and that is to create a system of small, easily repeatable action that will constantly push ourselves towards this goal in the way that it needs to work for you, for your life, for your biz, for your brain, for your heart. You get the idea, right? It has to only work for you. That's why I can't tell you right now, well, here's what you need to do. Sorry if that's what you were hoping for today. What I can do is give you the structure to create this customized roadmap. So let me give you some examples, because then people are like, well, I kind of don't understand what you're saying. So I am put on a sticky note right here at my computer, some examples. Okay, so let's say you wanted to write a 40,000 page book. That's big, right? Big, awesome goal, right? 40,000 pages, that's a lot. It's overwhelming. That's a huge, huge book. And it will stay overwhelming until you create a system that works for you. So I did some math, okay? So a simple system for this could be, I'm going to write 500 words every day at 6:30 in the morning. That's it. Now, you could probably do that in about 30 minutes, depending on your writing speed. Maybe it would take you an hour, but it really should take you about 30 minutes, especially if this is something that you want to be writing on, correct? So listen to this math, okay? This comes in handy. It's on my sticky note. If you followed that system, you would complete your book, hang on, in 80 days. Just 2.5 months, 40,000 pages in just 80 days. See, that's the power and the magic of a system. Small, repeatable actions lead to huge results. Mind blowing, right? We're like, yeah, we get this, Suzanne. We know. No, you don't know you'd be doing this, right? You already know what you want and you know what the cost is to get there. And I hope you're willing to pay that cost. And when you're ready for that, now's the time to create a system. If you want to get in shape, let's say, okay, then what do you have to do? Well, if you want to get in shape, one thing you could do is exercise every day that you can consistently do and that will work in your schedule and your lifestyle. Let's say that you want to deepen a friendship or make new friendships, right? You would have to create a system for having one meaningful conversation every week or one meaningful lunch or whatever. Let's do a more detailed example though. If you, because a lot of people are like, I want to release pounds. Okay. We're still in January. We got a lot of that on our minds. Okay. So here's a detailed example. If you want to lose weight, create a simple system for cutting a small amount of calories out of your daily diet. For example, losing 10 pounds is a goal that most people can't maintain, by the way, whereas learning to eat right is a system that substitutes knowledge for willpower. So when you think about it, if this is your goal, right, the system's approach to weight management is to gradually replace willpower with knowledge. It's not enough to want to do it and have the willpower to do it. You have to have knowledge and a system to come alongside it. So for example, did you know that pasta is better than a potato? It's not you can't have either. Pasta is better than a potato. You knew that, right? Because pasta is only half as high on the glycemic index, which is good news for me because we all know I love my pasta and my wine, right? So it's not that, no, I can't have any of that. It's okay, if I'm feeling like I need this, what's a better choice for me right now? A potato or some pasta? Well, hey, all day long pasta. So do you see how you can make a system that works for you? I can't just say to myself, I'm never having pasta again. Can't do it. Can't do it. And zoodles, zucchini noodles or butternut squash noodles or whatever, spaghetti squash, that doesn't work for me. Okay. So you have to make a system that's workable for you with your life. It doesn't need to be complicated, but it does need to be easily repeatable. That's the key. It doesn't need to be complicated, but it does need to be easily repeatable. That's the key to winning this. So today, your action is to take one of your goals, just one. Okay, let's practice on one. Think of one of the goals that you identified yesterday and then create a system for achieving that goal. Remember, you have to know the cost. You have to be willing to pay the cost to create a system that you will do. Now, I know sometimes is where people can get stuck. So reach out. I'm here to help. Like, do some feedback where whatever platform you're watching on. Let me help you. If you're not really sure where to go, this is me offering to help coach and get you there. Okay. I want to hear more about your system tomorrow. So be ready to share that. Okay. That's it for today. 13 minutes. Spend the next 15 minutes just mapping out your system, right? Make sure it's small. Make sure it's repeatable action. Small, repeatable. Go back to the book, right? 40,000 pages in 80 days. You can do this. I believe in you. You are a goal getter. I will see you for day 3 tomorrow.